The Philadelphia Eagles began their 50th season of football with concern rather than celebration. The clock was ticking steadily towards midnight and a potential players' strike. But on the field, the Eagles thrilled their fans with one of the most exciting opening day games in team history. The Eagles and the opposing Washington Redskins combined for over 900 yards in total offense in a game where spectacular plays were as common as off-tackle runs. A Washington lead in the final quarter was overcome when the passing duo of Ron Jaworski and Harold Carmichael completed what appeared to be the game-winning touchdown pass. But instead of a thrilling comeback win, the Eagles let victory slip away as the eventual world champions won in overtime 37-34. It was a bitter manner in which to inaugurate the Eagles' 50th season, but the following week brought a happier ending. In Cleveland, the Philadelphia offense continued to roll at full throttle. For the second straight game, the Eagles gained over 300 yards through the air, thanks to 3 touchdown passes from the revitalized Ron Jaworski. On 3 separate occasions, Jaworski overcame Cleveland advantages, and his flawless drive in the closing moments was the final flourish in an exciting 24-21 Eagle victory. When Leroy Harris scored with only 22 seconds remaining, the Eagles were even with 1 win and 1 loss. Even more impressive was Philadelphia's new style of play that promised more thrills in the games to come. But those games never came. On September 21st, Veterans Stadium fell silent. The players' strike was on, and the NFL season deflated for 8 weeks. For 57 days, football fans followed the actions of lawyers instead of linebackers. When the strike was finally settled, the Eagles returned. But they were not the same team that took the field in September. Philadelphia fell to the Bengals and Redskins, and the franchise that had been in the Super Bowl just 2 years before became the NFL's version of Paradise Lost.
My whole concern is getting some great group of people, great players, back up to their own level of expectation. Not just mine, but their own, because these people have very high standards of performance.
All right, let's go. Coverage sets the tempo of the ball game. We become Eagles again today. Get after it. Put it in, Rod! Stick it!
Against the Cardinals, Philadelphia showed flashes of their old form. But St. Louis still won 23-20. The next week, the Eagles fell to the Giants, and the losing streak reached 4.
We need a win. We need a win bad. And right now, things look very gloomy. People are counting us out, but I don't think we can look at the playoffs right now. We just want to win a game. Anywhere, anytime, we want to win one.
On December 19th, the Eagles finally earned that elusive win. The Houston Oilers were simply no match for a team that was hungry for victory. The Eagles' defense stopped Oilers star Earl Campbell dead in his tracks, then got the game's first score before the contest was 2 minutes old.
Back goes Archie Manning, looks over the middle, intercepted. Intercepted with the ball is Richard Blackmore. Across the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. Blackmore picks off the Manning pass, and just like that, the Eagles hit the scoreboard first.
Philadelphia lengthened their lead when wide receiver Mike Quick caught his first NFL touchdown. And then the Eagles buried the Oilers for good when Wilbert Montgomery broke off the longest run in team history.
The pitch to Montgomery, cut back at the 15, across the 20, cut back 25, 30. He's gone. 40, 45 midfield, 45, 40. Montgomery's gonna go. Montgomery. Wilbert Montgomery with a 90-yard run.
It was the most balanced performance of the season by the Eagles' attack, an attack which began with the offensive line. Guard Steve Kenny, Ron Baker, and 4-year veteran Petey Perreault. Centers Guy Morris and Mark Slater. Veteran tackles Stan Walters and Jerry Sizemore, and up-and-coming youngster Frank Giddens. From their blocks came the Eagle running game. Louis Giamona, Billy Campfield, and Perry Harrington, number 35, all saw playing time in 1982, while a variety of names emerged at the tight end position as well. Rookies Lawrence Sampleton, number 87, and number 84, Vito Cab, both saw action in the Eagles' double tight end alignment. The starting tight end was a steel-eyed ex-Yalie named John Spagnola, who hustled, blocked, and caught everything he could reach. Spagnola set a career high for pass receptions and made the longest pass play of any Eagle in 1982, helping to make the tight end position one of the most productive on the team. Spagnola was part of an Eagle air game that worked all year long to regain the level of excellence it had reached in the early season. In 1982, Ron Jaworski became the Eagles' all-time passing leader, working with receivers like Ron Smith, number 81. Smith blazed brilliantly before the strike, then battled the rest of the year to shake off its effects. Still in his first season as a starter, Smith finished second on the team in pass receptions. Rookie Mike Quick, number 82, excelled as a blocker and medium-range receiver, showing the potential is there for him to become a quality NFL performer. But, as always, the centerpiece of the Eagle air game was Harold Carmichael, the team's all-time leading receiver and the 7th most productive pass catcher in NFL history. In the strange season of '82, Harold Carmichael was still reassuringly Harold Carmichael, as steady and consistent as ever. Perhaps no single player means more to his team than Wilbert Montgomery means to Philadelphia. As goes Wilbert, so go the Eagles. Montgomery topped the team in rushing for the 5th straight year and led the team in scoring with an average of a touchdown per game. As he enters the 1983 season, Wilbert Montgomery is only a scant few yards from becoming the most productive ground gainer the Philadelphia Eagles have ever had. After 2 consecutive years as the reigning defensive power of the National Football League, the Philadelphia Eagles became mere mortals in 1982. For the players, the season brought on a period of introspection as each athlete searched for answers.
I think the thing that we feel on defense is that we build a defense on a lot of pride with people that have pride, and I think we're going to have to get back to the old pride and just it's a gut check from here on out the rest of the season. It's just a flat gut check on every individual.
As the final weeks of the 1982 campaign wound down, the Eagle defense geared up in quest of a season-salvaging performance. Linebackers Frank LeMaster, Reggie Wilkes, John Bunting, Jerry Robinson, Anthony Griggs, Mike Curcio, and Zach Valentine battled to regain the competitive edge that had made Eagle linebacking so effective in seasons past. In the secondary, cornerback Herman Edwards, number 46, finished as the team's leading interceptor for the 3rd time in his career. Safeties Ray Ellis, John Shira, and Bernard Wilson, number 22, made major contributions in pass defense, and Randy Logan, number 41, continued to excel against the run. '81 All-Pro Roynell Young, number 43, shook off a mid-season slump to finish strong with 4 pass thefts. Young and the rest of the secondary's improvement came in direct proportion to the success of the Eagles' 30 defense, a defensive front that blended old and new. Number 96, rookie nose guard Harvey Armstrong was effective in 3rd down situations, as was the club's designated pass rusher, 2nd year end Greg Brown, number 98. The starters included mainstay defensive end Carl Hairston, number 78, who logged 4 sacks, along with his usual quota of jarring tackles. The pressure was on first-year starting nose guard Kenny Clark, number 71, who stepped in to replace departed All-Pro Charlie Johnson. Clark more than filled the bill, finishing 2nd on the team in tackles and sacks. Clark's solid performance in the middle was one of the bright spots on the '82 Eagle defense. But for sustained excellence, one player stood figuratively and literally head and shoulders above the rest, the man known as Bigfoot. For 4 years, the Eagles waited for Dennis Harrison to have the kind of year his extraordinary talents could deliver. In his 5th season, Harrison finally realized that potential. With 10.5 quarterback sacks, Harrison earned himself an engraved invitation to the Pro Bowl. For Harrison and the defense, their shining moment came on a rainy Sunday in Dallas. The Eagles, playing for pride and little else, were decided underdogs as they took on their arch rivals, the Cowboys. The Cowboys had already clinched a playoff berth and did not anticipate much trouble in their own stadium. But the Eagle defense quickly proved how wrong they were. The Eagle defense was not fooled by any of the Cowboys' trickery, as they held Dallas to one of its poorest offensive performances of the season. Dennis Harrison sacked, Jerry Robinson intercepted, and Greg Brown disrupted as the Eagle defense scored Philadelphia's first touchdown of the game.
Back goes Danny White. He's looking. He fumbles the football. It's in the end zone. The Eagles dive on top of a touchdown. Greg Brown fell on the ball in the end zone, and the Eagles have a touchdown.
The Philadelphia offensive game plan was simple. Get the ball to Wilbert Montgomery as often as possible. It was a strategy that earned the Eagles their biggest win of 1982. Leroy Harris scored a touchdown to give the Eagles a second period lead. And then in the fourth quarter, Ron Jaworski and Harold Carmichael put Philadelphia ahead for good.
Jaworski into a long count. Look, close up for Carmichael, who leaps and catches it for a touchdown. It's over. The Eagles have beaten the Dallas Cowboys 24-20. A great accomplishment by a lot of people who needed something like this to brighten a very, very disappointing season.
For 7 years, Dick Vermeil was more than simply the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. He was their heart and soul, father confessor, and stern schoolmaster. But finally, in 1982, the once fiery flame flickered to a barely glowing ember, and Vermeil knew it was time to say goodbye.
Right now, I'm going to take my own advice and step down out of coaching. I am emotionally burnt out and therefore feel that I need a break. I'm just burnt out. I hope very much my players can understand where I'm coming from. I love those guys. I love these people. All the people of the Eagle organization. And it's not an easy thing to do to say goodbye to them. But as a professional coach, I feel I owe it to them. And I owe it to myself.
Dick Vermeil leaves behind more than just a one-loss record. As coach of the Eagles, he restored hope and confidence to a franchise that had lacked both for years. He taught a team and a town about the old-fashioned virtues of honesty and hard work. And above all, he cared about his players. In a sport that is regrettably so transient, loyalty was everything to Dick Vermeil. He was never afraid to show how much he cared, or the emotions that manifested such love. Dick Vermeil leaves with a lifetime career record of 57 wins, 51 losses, and a great deal more. The search for Vermeil's successor was the shortest in NFL history. To the Eagles, good fortune. Their next coach was right in their own backyard.
I had no hesitation in naming our new head coach and know that he will bring, like Dick did, a winner to Philadelphia. It's my pleasure to introduce Marion Campbell.
Campbell is the architect of an Eagle defense that has allowed the fewest points in the league in the 6 seasons since his arrival. But his Philadelphia roots run even deeper than just coaching. From 1956 to 61, the man known as the Swamp Fox was a 2-time All-Pro and a star at defensive end on Philadelphia's last World Championship team. Campbell's fiery competitive spirit still remains as a coach, a fact that is hardly a secret to his Eagle players.
I tell you what you better do. I can watch you. You're walking around out there with your finger up your and you ain't hitting a damn soul. The name of the game, man, is hit. It's pursuing. It's working. And we're not doing either. I tell you what, if they go down here and score, it's your job to win it. And I want to see you do it.
There's a lot of green on me, as you can see. I've been here a long time and came back as a coach. And so, number one, I'm excited about that by being at a place that I've already tasted success, both as a player and as a coach. I appreciate the opportunity to be the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, and work is going to start immediately in the direction of making us better.
I know that we have enough quality players that's willing to rededicate themselves and to get their priorities back into order, realizing the hard work that it's going to take for us to get back to winning. And once we do that, I hope that we never again forget how to win, and I know that we have the people willing to make the total commitment to winning again.